How's it going, everyone? Alright, so hey guys, if you weren't in our Discord, you know I had some pretty terrible sound issues. Are we good on your guys' end? I pulled a typical, you'll get a good laugh of why my speaker wasn't working. But does it sound good now? Alright, so, you know, I was the, excuse my language, but jackass is the most perfect word for what I just pulled. So I was yelling into my speaker, nothing was showing up, there was no sound, and when there was sound, it was still, oh yeah, I got you. The sound was terrible. You know on your mic how you can mute yourself and turn it off? The thing was turned off below my mic. And I'm sitting here yelling, like, what? You know, yelling through it, like, why is nothing coming through? Seriously, I had the mic turned off on the cord. Such an idiot. See if, I wonder if I can do it straight through here. Let me see. I definitely don't want that. Yeah, typical me. All right. Let me see if I'm gonna see if I can go do it right through my phone here. I'll get you set up as a mod, Aggro. All right. But no, we had our little swing trade that I posted before bed last night. That literally, you know, I bought somewhere. It was just above 10,300, and we sold, or I sold it 10,380. It literally happened within maybe 30 minutes of popping off. Let's see here. Hey, how you doing, Marcel? AggroCap, Christopher, Gabe, Steven, how y'all doing? Krista Ball. All right, Aggro Capital, you should be good now. How you doing, Jin Young Park? 123 Rabbit. Hope you're all having a great day. So yeah, I need to go ahead and delete this, but this was our scalp we did last night, or I said it's the one I posted before bed. This is what I was looking at, chat. So we were showing lower levels of bearish momentum. Our money flow was thick in the red, right? You can see how red we were in here. Down and loss here. But no, this is the trade I was looking at last night, guys. We showed lower levels of bearish momentum. We were in the red, so you know that you can actually see where I had my arrow pointing right at it. I'm gonna go ahead and just delete this because it is irrelevant now. But you can see here I had the red line I was gonna sell at, and if you look, I mean we hit it perfectly. The red line was through here. It's just deleted because we threw a different call. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I'm gonna delete. This is just from that thing I posted on Discord last night. Make sure I'm not missing. All right. All right, so welcome everybody. So if you messaged me on Discord this morning, I apologize. I have just been, I tried letting you guys know last night. I had a court appearance for my dog. He's not even really in trouble right now. What happened is we have a neighbor that just doesn't like our dog for some reason. And she's just trying everything in her power to get my dog like in trouble in this town. Like we have a neighbor that we're friends with. He lives actually to the left of our house. He had another dog, and my German Shepherd ran outside, and he stayed at our he stayed at our property line and was barking at our neighbors, which he was laughing because we're cool with him, and he just walked my dog over. Well, that neighbor, so my neighbor that doesn't like us to the right, she saw that my dog got out and she called the cops for a dog at large, but there was no issues. Me and the neighbor, our dogs hang out all the time. And she's trying to now say that my dog attacked her dog when she wasn't even home. Like, she filed a complete false police report, and she's profiling my dog because he's a German Shepherd. So we're getting, it's just a terrible process right now. So I have to actually go back at 3 o'clock today. So yeah, that's what I've been doing today. That's why, I don't know if you can tell, I love you guys, but I don't dress up just to sit in front of the camera. That's why I have you know what I mean? I didn't get dressed up just for the live stream. Yeah, Gabe, I think we do. So, but getting back on Bitcoin, and, just another reminder, we'll probably stream till about, 1:30, 2 o'clock. Yeah. See, I don't understand why people have this negative persona with German Shepherds, even pit bulls. I understand, but, I'm a firm believer. Your dog's going to act like how it's raised, My German Shepherd's the most nice dog ever, but he just barks at literally everything. I mean, seriously, he barks like he's vicious, but I'm telling you, he'd bark at a tree if we had one in front of our house. He just wants to bark. That's just what he does. All right, I'm going to check this volume real quick. All right. So, getting back to our, our technical analysis here. You can actually see this is our freak wick that we had last night. We almost touched the top of our resistance box. I'll be more inclined to get bullish. If we can really break above 10,008, I'll get pretty bullish. I don't really like how we react to this resistance box last night. What you wanted to see, yeah, all on the owner. Yeah. See, pit bulls to me are not vicious. I mean, any dog's not vicious. It's how you raise them. If you raise a dog to be aggressive, that's just what they're going to be. But, I love my dogs. I don't teach them to hurt other people. But I would really like us to do something like this, where we would have consolidated in the box and moved up. But the fact we've had such a violent rejection, I don't want to say violent, but we rejected the top of our box last night. And then the fact we just have not been able to move up. This is our support line we drew last night before we left. This was our short-term support. And you can see, we actually had a wick almost right off of it today. And the way I come up with this support, how you doing, Dad's Fawn? But if you see here, how I'm coming up with this support line, whenever you do support line, guys, I know it might sound easier to try to get these all off the 30-minute. When you do your trend lines, guys, especially your support and your resistances, you really want to look at your 4-hour, your daily. The minimum that I'm going to use when I'm actually doing lines like this is the 1 hour. And even then, I really like to stick to the daily and the 4-hour. The more information, the more accurate your calls are going to be, or your lines are going to be. So you can see here on the 4-hour, this is our short-term support. You have your wicks right here. I'm just showing you how I'm coming up with this line. You can see how we have wicks right at the bottom. We have a little bit of action right here. Nothing actually like touching it. But then you can see right here, we respected it right here. we have a few touch points here, and then we have a cluster of touch points here. So, you know, this is just an estimated area. This isn't saying to the exact dollar. It's just to give you an area of where the support's at, because obviously there's not a equilibrium verbatim between all the lines, which that's not always, you know, that's not always the case. So this is your short-term support line, which is about 10,200. And then, you know, of course, this is our support box we had from, you know, we've had for the last few days. It goes from 9,800 to, I mean, honestly, it's about 10,000, guys. This got screwed up with our stream last night. This needs to be moved down. So it's 9,800 to 10,000. This is your more major support. This is like why, you know, similar to last night, we had a, you know, we came down to this box, and then we just had a major fake out to the upside. That's why, you know, I know it might seem, you know, right when we break 10,000, you have this FOMO to short. Oh, we're going to 9,500. We're going to 9,600. You have to control the greed, or you have to, yeah, control the greed and curb the FOMO. And that's exactly what happened here. That's why this box from 9,800 is a no trade zone. If you're shorting, you're playing with fire right now. Every time we've hit this box, we have a reaction to the upside. So for me, you know, this is just my personal opinion, how I'm trading the markets. If I was trying to open a much like a short position, I mean, if you're not, I mean, I guess you could honestly try to make one up here and maybe try to close it around 10,000. But I would be looking more for anything below 9,800. But if you've been here for a while, you know, we've been talking about it. It's very important. Your EMA 100 is sitting right below our support box, and every day it's climbing. This is what's going to make or break our bull run. All right. This is sitting at roughly 9,000, just under 9,650. If we go back here, guys, you can see it was our resistance down here. And honestly, since about the beginning, you know, late March. Yeah, late March, early April. Yeah, here, I'll get to you in a second on that question, if I'm bullish or not. This is what's going to make or break our bull run, guys. If we break this EMA 100, we have not broken it the entire trend. To me, that's going to signal a downturn. 4:47 a.m., damn. Yeah, it's 11:48 here. It's almost noon. But hey, thank you for staying up so late, dads. I appreciate it. So for me, this is a swing trader's paradise. If you want to open or scalp trading, sorry. If you want to scalp, this is probably the area to do it. But if you're looking to actually, you know, for me at least, if you're looking to add a very, you know, a somewhat, large short position, I'm going to wait till we close, you know, a daily under this this line right here, your EMA 100 on the daily time scale. The moment we start breaking under this, I'm telling you, I'm probably gonna, it's gonna be a quite, I don't want to sound like I'll take too much risk, but I will take a little bit more risk than I would normally take when it comes to opening a short position if we close a daily under this, for the simple fact we have never gone under it since this bull run started. We just haven't. Are the Chinese already open? Well, Asia generally starts trading pretty heavy around 8 o'clock at night, Marcel. They start waking up. I noticed the Asia market kind of starts heating up around 8 o'clock my time, so 9 p.m. Eastern. But there seems to be a lot of action between like 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. So I'm Central Time. So if you guys are on the Eastern, you know, side of the country, you know, like United States, you would add an hour because it's Eastern Time. So from like 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern Time, I noticed it gets pretty busy during that time. But this is really what I'm watching for, guys. Scalp trading, bearishness, bullishness, this is a perfect area for it. But when it comes to actually opening up a more long-term or more medium-term, I'm talking like $500 plus short, you know, like in price action to the downside, look at your daily charts and pull up your EMA 100. This is at least how I'm playing the market. But until then, guys, we're still bullish until we break below you know, like 9,600, and we close a daily candle under it. Until that happens, you know, there's no reason to get overly bearish yet. But that's why I always talk about we have to have a trading plan. Before you ever enter, you exit, you always have to have a plan of what you're going to do. And that's what we're talking out right now. You know, that's what we are, you know, we're speculating on. We're still in this curve. It's not a parabolic curve because we're going west to east. We're not really going south to north. You know, like we were doing up here. This was a parabolic curve. Honestly, I started streaming during this parabolic curve. We just started kind of getting somewhere towards the top here. I think I started streaming like the middle of June maybe. But this is just how I'm looking at the market though, guys. You know, scalp trading, this is the best area to do it. You're between major support and you're between major resistance. So you're between major support and major resistance. This is a great area to ping pong. Go long, go short, go long, go short. But when it comes to actually taking a super large leveraged position, you know, 9,600, EMA 100 on the daily is what I'm watching for. So let's look at market Cipher. Let's identify the environment we're trading in. You're in Europe? Dang, Marcel. 2:50 a.m. here? Wow. Wow, well, thank you guys for being up so late. Always wake up at 8 a.m. Wow. Yeah, I had that thing this morning, so I slept in just a little bit. You know, I really want to be prepared for it. Ooh. Now, this is something to look out at, chat. Look at this. You're seeing lower bullish momentum here on the 4-hour. Oh, yeah. But you can see here, chat. I mean, yeah, our RSI, we're now green, but we're more or less like west to east now. We're really not pointed up like we were, like, you know, towards the bottom here. So, but you can see here, we have a clear lower high. I don't want to call this yet until, I mean, it's looking pretty close, like we're about to round this off. Once we get the signal that this white is going to overlap the darker blue, and this is done, you know, this actually could be a decent short signal. If I'm trying to short, chat, I'd start, if you're going to open up a short, which I'm not, you know, this isn't financial advice. I would start getting curious about covering at maybe 10.2 for a scalp, because this is where our support line is. But if you break below 10.2, I would definitely be eyeing that 10,000 mark. I mean, maybe you break below it, but you know, it's the beginning of the work week, so we're going to see how much action is going to be in Bitcoin this week. I don't know if you heard the news, but the China-US trade war is starting to heat up again. And I believe there's the G7 summit going on as well. So we maybe have some fundamentals to trade this week. Backed, I believe, launches in what, 2 weeks? I think it's like September 11th, or I don't want to say September 11th. That's a bad day. Does anyone know the official date the back was supposed to launch? I think it's like the second week of September. Let me know in the chat, guys, if any of you know the actual official start date of Backed. September 23rd. Okay, so we got a while. We have a while. Yeah, the 23rd? Okay, awesome. Thank you, chat. I appreciate it. All right, so we have a little bit more time then. So we have roughly almost about another month then. So we have another like 3 weeks. 23rd. Awesome. Thank you, guys. You guys are on it. So, you know, here's how my feelings are on Backed. If you guys weren't here for the bull run in 2017, things were somewhat similar like how they are now. Granted, I believe we had a little bit more time. So we had the Bitcoin really started going on a bull run. We broke over 5,000. We went over 6,000. We hit all the way to 10,000. After we hit 10,000, China, they issued a ban. And Bitcoin, honestly, like they flash crashed. We flash crashed back to 6,000. And then we had what basically was the fire to the second half of the bull run, which is the futures launch. I remember this because it is the first day of the bear run, which was December 16th, 2017. So Bitcoin, for the anticipation, whatever, of the futures launch, Bitcoin went, obviously you all know, we hit almost 20,000. If you look at the charts, the day the futures launched literally marked the first day of the bear run, or the bear market for Bitcoin. So if we're going to use those kind of technicals, and guys, I am from the stock market. If you guys are not an asset trader, you never traded the stock market or not or so sure how it runs, I compare it to similar to an earnings report. If there's anticipation, you're going to have a good earnings report. You know, Apple's going to have a great report coming out. Investors, you'll notice the price of the stock going up weeks ahead of the actual, the earnings being actually reported. And that's why if you have like a 32-cent consensus and you hit exactly 32 cents or whatever they're predicting you to have, a lot of times people are like, well, why are we selling off? It's because it was already priced in. Investors knew you were going to have a good earnings report, and unless you just blow the report out of the water, then you can go up. But generally, if you hit, investors are going to price in news before the actual news hits. So if we're going to, in my opinion, granted, we've never seen institutional money like backed ever enter the market, so no one knows what to expect. Nobody knows. I heard there's supposed to be actually Bitcoin settled. But if we're going to get a bull run off backed, I believe it's going to be before backed actually launches. It's not going to be after. If backed is going to push the price of Bitcoin up, it's going to be delayed. Like I'm saying, I'm predicting if we're going to get a bull run off backed, it's going to be 3 months after backed actually launches. It's not like there's just, $1 trillion or multi-billion dollars just ready to hit the market September 23rd hits. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, chat? And let me know, this is a community. If you don't agree, if you have your own opinion, let it be known in the chat or the Discord. But that's just, I'm treating this just by what I've, learned through the market. But I really want to see if we can hit this top trend line. I really do. They will drive the price down for more Bitcoin. I could totally see that. See what I want to watch for. I am in at 10,257. Looking to. Hey, Dad's Fawn. Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, it would be nice. I mean, at least, I know this is gonna, people are like, oh, that's not a pump. I would actually really like to see us go somewhere in here. Because, I've said it a few times before. If we do end up, let's get rid of this. For me, if we break above 12,400 and we can close a daily candle above it, honestly, guys, I think we're probably going to test the high of the year. I think we will test 14,000. If we can break above 12,400, I believe the bull run's going to be on, because you're going to invalidate what is the starting upper trend line of a descending triangle. All right, so if we can break and invalidate, this thing has almost 4 touch points now. If we can invalidate this, yeah, buy the rumor, sell the news. Exactly. Good point, AggroCap. But if we can invalidate 12,400, we can, knock out this third lower high, it's going to screw up this whole trend as a whole. And I'm telling you, I'm fully expecting if we break 12.4, we're going to test the highs of the year. But right now, I don't want to get too bullish until we at least, at least let's break this trend line a little bit. Even if we went slightly up here, it would still make the upper trend line a little, janky. It wouldn't look normal. So, first off, let's just break above 11,200, baby steps. But see, what I want to see this bull run this time around, I want to see healthy areas of consolidation, and then you move up. healthy area for, yeah, 11,002. That's exactly where I'm looking to short, Fishall. Exactly. This is a nice area. If you look at this chart, 11,200. It's right on the top of this trend line. So that would be a very, it's a good low risk trade. That would be a very nice trade. You know, at least from a risk reward standpoint. So we're ping-ponging between support and resistance, all right? So now let's look at market Cipher. Let's look at where we are. Let's see how we're doing here. So the 1 hour doesn't look so hot. I'm sorry, the 4 hour. The 4 hour shows a clear lower high. You have 3 of them. You're actually showing triple MACD bearish divergence on market Cipher on the 4 hour. This usually doesn't end well. So that's why I was saying, I don't know if I really want to short here, but on market Cipher, you know, it's looking like it could be a nice short to maybe, you know, at least 10,000 to our support level, but maybe even back down to 10,000. Very possible. Let's go to the 1 hour. The 1 hour, you can see it, it's clear, another lower high. So we have this repeated pattern of making lower highs. Yep, good, yeah, good catch, Philip. Exactly. You see it on the 1 hour. So, yeah, you can even see it here. 15 minute, the bearish pressure's building. Your money flow is actually turning red now. Sorry guys, I don't know what's playing. This is a new playlist. It's actually non-copyright music, so I promise one of these days I'm gonna have time to sit down and just listen to music and get a better, you know, playlist going. The lower highs on MC is a sign for a possible dump. Yeah. So when you show lower levels of bearish moment or bullish momentum, that is generally a sign you're gonna dump. Just like if you show lower levels of bearish momentum, it's generally a sign you're going to pump. The 30-minute looks a little interesting. That's probably why we're not falling in price right now. We are showing a little slightly lower levels of bullish momentum, but it's just the 30-minute time frame. That's really the only one that's pointing bullish right now. I mean, because pretty much every other time frame is pointing bearish right now. So here, you know, before we get into the, you know, the AggroCap V1, we looked at this last night, and honestly, I think it called it spot on. I used to not put too much into this, but now I've noticed there's a very distinct correlation between the Bitcoin price movement and the shorts and longs chart. So let's look at our shorts. All right. So let's get off the 5 minute. Let's go to the 1 hour. So the 1 hour, you have a clear, the shorts are rising. Let's go back. Let's see. We're the 26th now. Let's go to the 4 hour. I want a little bit more data on this. So if you can tell, we had a little bit of a sell-off on the shorts chart. The shorts were dumping their, you know, their coins. And last night we noticed the trend on the market on the shorts chart. The shorts were actually selling off their positions. So that means they were taking their short positions and they were covering. Have you tried the Have you tried the algo indicators on shorts on longs? No, I haven't. Honestly, I have never actually traded against the long and shorts. I just put it into my basically my, you know, how I come about with my thesis of the trading environment. But if you look at the longs here real quick, yeah, definitely. If you look at your longs though here, we're just stagnant. We're barely even moving up. The shorts right now, they're just, I'm sorry, the longs, they're just not, there's not many people going long in the market right now. There's more action on the shorts. So what this is telling me is, I just know this because we looked at it last night. There is more, like these price jumps that we're having on Bitcoin, they seem to be just, They just seem to be shorts covering their positions. We actually want the short chart. I mean, you can see it clearly right here. The shorts were rising, they were rising, and then come, you know, that pump we had last night. Boom, we went immediately to the downside. The shorts were selling off their positions. So they shorted an asset they did not own, and then to take profit, they have to go and do a market buy or whatever method they use. They have to buy those coins back. And that's why I think we had a price spike last night. I think it was clearly just shorts taking profit. Let's see what music we got going now. Check it out, shorts and long short. Yeah. All right, I'm checking it out, Aggro. Wow. Damn. You are right. I've never actually traded just solely based on the shorts and longs chart. I mean, I use it in my, how I, identify my trading environment, but interesting. So Marcel, I'll be here. So it's noon at my house right now. It's like 12:07. I'll probably be streaming till like 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I'll still be here for the next hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And then granted, we're going to have I'd like to do some trading tonight. So after I get back, I have to go turn in some paperwork at court for my dogs. We'll be back streaming. So, but no, we'll be streaming till about 1:30, 2 o'clock. So at least the next hour and a half. All right, so let's look at our Bitcoin. I want to go back to the, let's go to our Bybit charts. Okay, so for all the people that use Bybit here. Oh yeah, Marcel, we always do a night stream. We always do a night stream. If I don't let you know on the Discord beforehand, we always go live at 9 p.m. Eastern time. But generally, guys, I'm kind of liking catching the market earlier on Bitcoin when it's about 6 a.m. my time, 5 a.m. So I'm going to talk it over, but I'll see what you guys think. But I'm thinking about starting my stream a little bit earlier because I need to, I like streaming till midnight, but it screws up my sleep patterns when I try to wake up at 5 in the morning, 5 hours later. So I think we're going to go back live about 7 o'clock tonight. So that'd be 8 p.m. Eastern time. Because I really do like it when we hand the market off to, when Asia hands the market off to us, or when we hand it off to them. Just like I like waking up when Asia hands us the market, about 5 a.m. my time. You coming back at Asia's 8 a.m.? I'm not honestly sure what time Asia's 8 a.m. is compared to our time. You can see our resistance line, though, here on the 3 hour. We're showing clear resistance at the bottom of our box here. We're looking at the V1 AggroCap. This thing was spot on yesterday. It was insane how great this thing was at scalp trading. 8 a.m. is the daily close. What time zone is that? Wow. Yeah, definitely. So we have the 3 hour. 3 hour has clear resistance here at the bottom of Singapore. Yeah, I'll have to check the time zone. I'm not sure what Singapore's time would be. Oh, dude, Malaysia? That's awesome. That's actually where I buy my kratom from. You're actually going to see here in a minute, I'm actually about to buy my kratom live on stream with you guys. They only take Bitcoin. But yeah, almost all my kratom comes from Malaysia. Bangkok, GMT8. You're from Malaysia? Dude, that's awesome. Do you guys actually have kratom trees? I heard they grow in people's backyards. Is that true? Like, I heard locals just take them off the tree and they just chew on them right from the actual tree. I know it's an odd question, but I use kratom, and it actually comes from Malaysia, Indonesia, some place called Borneo, Borneo. Man, spot on though. You can see it here. We have so we seem to be showing some clear resistance right above. That probably makes sense why we haven't actually been moving up right now. So you threw a short at 10,340, and we actually had a dip all the way down to 10,250. Is Bitcoin creating a new Bart Simpson? Let's take a look. You could be. I don't like how high the head would be. It would be like if he had like an antenna coming out of his head right here. Generally, when you want to see a Bart Simpson, generally when you see a Bart Simpson, it'll look something like this. A Bart Simpson would be similar to this. Yes, I guess if you wanted to invalidate this, we could be forming it here. But generally you don't see like an antenna sticking out of the side of the head, you know, something like this. So, but it's very possible. We most definitely could be. I mean, if you just basically take this portion out right here and you just pay attention to this, yeah, that theoretically would be a Bart Simpson. Asia is Asia is 13 hours ahead of us. Looks more like Batman. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 rabbit for sure. Borneo is half of Malaysia also. Wow, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. I'm so happy we have such a didn't tell us about but no, I love the diverse group of people we have here. That's why I was so eager to create just a crypto community, because when you have so many people with different trading strategies, and we can form an awesome supportive community where we can throw ideas at each other and because all of us probably had a different strategy of how we learned. I really think we have an awesome community growing here. So, just before we get more into the technical analysis, thank you for each and every one of you for being here. I know it's a Monday afternoon. You guys could be doing anything. So thank you for being here. It's so crazy. Bitcoin is literally... Maybe we can get this thing to load now. What alerts do you use on TradingView and what time frames? Well, like on Market Cipher, I have an alert for the 15-minute blood diamond. So I have a 15-minute blood diamond on Market Cipher set. And then I also have an alert set for when we throw a short signal here on the 5-minute on the AggroCap V1. And the time frames I use when I'm identifying my environment that I'm trading in, I use the daily and the 4-hour, and I'll also peek at the 1 hour. But when I'm actually once you identify your environment, especially if you're trying to scalp trade, I go between the 5, the 15, the 30-minute, and the 1 hour for scalp trading. But it's all contingent on how the 4-hour and the daily looks, because you can get completely wrecked trading on the extremely short time frames. No, I don't use a VWAP alert signal. I mean, maybe it's something I can look into, but no. You know, for me now, I don't use it. I mean, I do use it, just not for like an alert. But you know, that's why I really emphasize, because I've seen a lot of traders on YouTube now, they're just simply trading on the, you know, like the really extremely low time frames. And I mean, that's why you have to identify your environment you're trading in, because even if you're showing slight bullishness and you're trading on like an extreme small time, or you know, if you're showing really bearish on the 4-hour and the daily, and you see a little bit of bullishness on the 5-minute and you go long, and you're trading in an overall severely bearish trend, you know, it could get pretty bad. AggroCap alerts, yeah. So I have a short signal for AggroCap. It just really depends on what environment I'm trading in. If I wanted to shoot a long signal on the 5-minute, I'll have it send me an alert. But I also have my blood diamond on Market Cipher on the 15-minute. But honestly, you know, generally, I only need alerts for when I'm out of the house. I'm generally trading full time, so I'm not too big on the alerts, like, because honestly, since I'm a scalp trader, I generally don't start positions and then just walk away from the computer for hours on end. We need to go on the 1-minute here. Man, I wonder who on TradingView thought it was a good idea to add a 1-second chart. So there seems to be clear resistance here. Yeah, but probably not till our live stream tonight. I have to go and turn in some more papers at court here in about an hour. So, but no, the rest of the week I'm completely free. I gotta go defend my dog, so. But no, we're gonna be streaming for the next hour and a half or so. I'll go turn in that paperwork and then we'll go live. We're probably gonna go live. I say probably. We go live every night at 9 p.m. Eastern time, but I'm probably about to bump that down to probably about maybe 6, 7 o'clock. We'll talk about it. Because I like trading the market early in the morning when Asia hands us the ball, just like I like it when we hand Asia the ball at nighttime. So we're showing clear resistance here at around 10,080, 10,400. But no, my goal is, Bob, on your question, we are going to get some live trades in tonight. Chances are, the moment I get home from court today, we're just going to go immediately live. I should only really be there for about 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. So it really shouldn't be that big, you know, too big of a deal. Because chances are, I just have to turn in paperwork and then they're just going to waive it. Like, I'm not even going to have to sit through it. Alright, getting a little bit. I want to see if this falling bullish momentum is going to come to fruition. Man, what a buy signal last night. So spot on. Seriously, the AggroCap, you know, the V1 through the, I mean, especially the V1 and the V2. The 5-minute wave didn't even bother going up. Yep. It's because that's why, you know, I really try to emphasize using your longer time frames. Because the 5-minute did show lower bearish momentum, but you're still overall trading in a bearish environment right now. If you look at your 4-hour, your longer time frames are always going to have more say in your price movement than your, you know, generally your short-term ones. Thank you. So that, you know, that's why I start every stream out by saying, you know, let's look at our 4-hour, let's look at our daily, let's look at our 1-hour, because generally, you know, if you can get them to coincide with each other, you're bullish on the, you know, the longer time frames and you're looking good on the short ones, that's generally a good time to scalp to the upside. But here on the 4-hour, you're showing clear triple MACD bearish divergence. You have 3 lower waves short from pivot at 10,000. That's a good trade. Good trade, Bob. And then you can see here. So, you know, just exercise extreme caution if you trade the much lower time frames. Because you might get, you know, it's good for swing trading when your overall trend is bullish on the longer time frames. But, you know, like I said, I've noticed there's some YouTubers now that, I mean, they're trading on extremely low time frames. And I don't really see them peak at the 4 hour, the daily. And it's just like, man, you might get lucky for now. Maybe, you know, maybe a week or two you'll stay lucky. But when that ball drops, especially if you're higher, you know, you're high leveraged, you can really get yourself in a bad situation. You want a Fibonacci retracement, Martin? For sure, we'll get one on. Let's go to a clean one. Actually, I guess it's XBT. Yeah, we'll get a Fibonacci retracement on. I just don't like having it with all these colors because it's hard to see my resistance lines. We'll look at it though. One second. Are we back on this 80s singing music again? Like the more like... Alright, let's get our fibs back on. So, with your Fibonacci retracement, you want to go from your swing low. We're going to look at the trend as a whole though. If you're going to use your wick on the bottom, you have to use your wick on the top. So right now, you can see where we've had multiple bounces off it, Martin. You can see we have multiple bounces off of our 382, which is about 9,750. And, you know, like every YouTuber and their mom's calling for right now, everybody's calling for a point. So when you go parabolic, you generally retrace 50%. And that's where this green 50% line is, or the 50, you know, the 0.5 fib, which is sitting right at the 85, 86 mark. I'm not so sure we're not just gonna, well, let's actually check something out real quick. If we were to go down here, I know this isn't straight, chat, we're just simply speculating. Yeah, it's not deep enough. It's not deep enough. Because what I was looking at, we've been speculating on forming a descending triangle for a while now. I just want to see how this would look. See what it, yeah? If we went down to the 618, which is I'm pretty much speculating on, granted, I don't know if we're going to go all the way down there in one candle. We're just looking at the angle. Let's get rid of this real quick. So, you know, it might be a good idea to start looking. I wouldn't say short the moment we break under the 382, just for the simple fact, you know, as we showed earlier on your daily, your EMA 100. I mean, it's right there. It's right at 9,600. So my area to short, there's so many variables pointing at this right now. This would be a very optimal position to open a short. If you can close a daily under the 382, and more importantly, your EMA 100 on your daily time scale, this is going to be an amazing short position. I'm going to go pretty darn heavy once the time comes. I will take a little bit more risk than normal, just for the simple fact we have not broken it since really till the bull. I mean, look, chat, we had a little bit of a bounce here earlier in the year, but the moment that we went into a full-fledged parabolic bull run, was about April, the beginning of April, and that's right when the EMA got under us and it was basically just holding us up. We got overly extended, we came down, got close, actually touched it again. Now we have clusters of touch points right above it. This is the area that I'm looking to short. You can see all the clean touch points. So keep in mind, you definitely could bounce. You definitely could bounce here at the 0.5 fib, which is about 8,600. But I'm seeing too many people call for that bounce. Too many people are calling for it. And when something seems too good to be true, it generally doesn't happen. So I'm really going to be eyeing, I know this is a little bit of a spread. I'm going to be eyeing the 7,500 to 8,000 mark. Yeah. If we don't close the daily above 10,550, we're probably going to fall. So 70%, 70-30. Sorry, what does that question mean? So 70-30% for a long position? For me, this EMA 100 is what's dictating if we're actually going to 10K to bearish. For me, this is a great area to scalp trade in, guys. It really is. But if you're asking me the trend as a whole, this 0.5, our EMA 100 on the daily time scale is going to make or break if we're going to stay in a bull run or we're going to go into a bearish pattern. This has literally been under us since the moment our bull run started. And I don't know if you guys remembered, we talked about it for honestly about the last month. Remember how many touch points XRP had at 28 cents? You remember how violently the bottom dropped when they actually went and broke it? Generally, the more touch points you have, the weaker it's going to be. Just like if you guys remember 6,000 during about the middle of the bull run, the moment 6,000 broke, we had a violent pull to the downside. So this is really what I'm watching here. This is a scalp trading. Yeah, aggro V1 on the 3-hour slays. It really does. Nick, to be perfectly honest, it took me about 3 weeks to a month to actually fully understand market cipher and how it works. So guys, don't get discouraged if you're not understanding it. And that's why I really try to emphasize identifying your environment. I know a lot of people are, unless you are a professional scalp trader and you've done this for years, even them, it's all in their process on how they trade. You have to be able to identify your environment you're trading in. And that's what I had to learn with Market Cipher. I know it, I'm not learned with it, I knew it before it, but how can I utilize the blue waves to identify my environment? So before you ever submit a trade, you even honestly start speculating on a trade, start on your daily, go to your 4-hour, go to your 3, you know what I mean? And work your way down to the 1-hour. Once you get the environment, you come with the conclusion of, hey, we're in a bearish environment, we're bullish, we're neutral. Then go to your short-term time frames, because that's going to be, especially if you're neutral, you can look at your closer time frames, and that's going to be the data that feeds into your long-term time frames. So you can kind of catch it before it happens. But no, it took me roughly about 3 weeks to fully understand Market Cipher. Yeah, heated 2183, yeah, for sure. Sorry, I know I was a little late on your question, but yeah, definitely. I think a lot of this run-up was just shorts covering. The longs are stagnant. The shorts are really the only position that's being actively started and closed. And man, we had a nice little touch point here on the 30-minute. Your 100 and your 200. I mean, we had a clean bounce right off of it. Hey guys, can you let me know, did the volume like dramatically fall on your guys' end? Like, is it much lower? Maybe it's just me. Nope, it was just me, guys. Alright. Hey Kev311 or 11, thank you for being here. Man, this thing keeps logging me out. This is going to take 2 seconds, guys. I just got to get this order in real quick. So, I'm buying my Kratom with Bitcoin right now. Let me make sure I hit my Coinbase. I sent like 30 bucks to my Coinbase account so I could buy this. But yeah, I always like to support businesses that accept Bitcoin. Or, you know, the cryptocurrency movement as a whole. Let's see. Alright. Should take 2 seconds, guys. It's just if I wait till 2 o'clock, I don't know if my order will be shipped today. But no, I love supporting people that, you know, the cryptocurrency market as a whole. So 23 white vein kratom, 4 ounces. Discount. I think I may have already have it on there. So right now we're basically we are looking bearish here on Market Cipher, guys. The 1 hour, the 4 hour, we're all showing falling bullish momentum. I had this all set up, but should have bought bulk at when Bitcoin was 20K. Yeah. All right. Kratom user here. Yeah, I highly recommend using Kraken Kratom. They're one of the only providers that's actually endorsed by the Kratom Society, the National Kratom. So you know you're not getting some just crap from Asia that, you know, people don't wash their hands, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a clean environment. Because there is a salmonella issue with Kratom, unfortunately, if people don't actually like handle it correctly. And I apologize, guys. This should literally take like 2 seconds. Not literally, but so get my Bitcoin, send Bitcoin. So I need to send 0.024 245591. So 00245591. All right, just gonna scan the address. Through 3GR S4N 245524. All right, We're good. Sorry about that, guys. We're now finished. I just wanted to make sure I got that order in. They take their cutoffs at 2 o'clock, and that's when I plan on, calling it a stream until our early evening one. So. Yeah, so not only do you always get a 20%, so if you do on Kraken Kratom and you do go to something like that, like you go to order their stuff, you can you get a 20%, you get a 15 to 20% discount, and then you get another 10% discount. So you pretty much always get 25 to 30% off every time. So yep, supporting my the cryptocurrency community. And I'm telling you, so they ship same day. I just ordered, it's Monday, right? It'll be at my house Wednesday morning. They are so fast. I love it. And it's like the best product. Like it's legit. I mean, it comes in something like this. I've ordered Kraken Kratom online, and it comes in like what you would imagine, like the Reggie, the dirt stuff that comes across the border. That's like tightly in a sketchy package. Like it's just sketchy. And I was like, yeah, I'm never doing that. So I did research again, and I found Kraken Kratom. So yeah. Bybit requires VPN for sign up, but not after BitMEX. Still not USA IPs ever. Yeah. Yep. So Bybit, you literally only need the standard RSI on the daily is below 50. Normally we are bullish. We will be above the 50. Now it may act as resistance. It's interesting. That's very possible, Philip. Jin Young Park, can you check the 4-hour green dot on Market Cipher A? Sure. For sure. And once again, thank you guys for bearing with me on that. I know I tried to hurry on my Bitcoin purchase, so. And you said it's on the 4-hour? All right. And so I like to have my dots on the bottom. All right, so we did pop a buy dot on the 4-hour. So a thing I want to emphasize though, you want Market Cipher to confirm its own calls, okay? Right now, even though we do show that on the 4-hour, you are still showing falling bullish momentum here. You have triple MACD bearish divergence. So if maybe we can flip, because even on your 1-hour, you're still showing it. You're still showing the bulls are kind of losing steam on this. That's why I really try to emphasize, let Market Cipher confirm its own calls. Don't just see a green dot and, jump the gun on it. Because, that's why it took me roughly about a month to learn how this thing works. I lost quite a bit of money just, buying at the green dots or shorting the first red X. That's really the biggest thing that I've learned with Market Cipher is let it confirm itself. If you can have A and B coinciding with each other on what the best thing to do is next, you really can't go wrong. I don't actually think I've ever lost a trade where they were both saying pretty much the same thing. I don't think I've actually ever lost a trade when I do that. Anytime I go against it though, and they're not coinciding with each other, you can get yourself in a sketchy situation. Green dots can be local tops. That's very possible, Philip. Yeah, it happens a lot. Like, look right here, you had a green dot. That's actually a pretty nice one there. So, Market Cipher is a great tool. Let it confirm itself. Green clutters looks like the top. Well, the thing you don't want to see on this 4 hour, I don't like how this looks. You know, this is one of the things I learned in the stock market. When you see something, wow, that was kind of trippy. If you see something like this, it's a little big, so it's not done yet, but you see something like this, like a cross, that is a sign of major indecision in the market. That's generally not, like this one's even a worse one. These are typically not good candles to trade in because it shows the market doesn't know which way to go. They don't know if it's going to be bullish. They don't know if it's going to be bearish. It's just basically a giant war, and it could go in, you know, any direction. I want to make sure I'm not missing any. Yeah, I read somewhere that the wallets and how people were able to cover it. Smash D, the only way to recover them is to help them. Oh, the Russian. You accidentally set Litecoin to a Bitcoin wallet address on Coinbase Pro? Man, hey, man, that's why I really, you know, I highly recommend that if you do send Bitcoin, I mean, seriously, it might seem like a crackhead, you know, move, but check that thing 100 times. I sit there and I will read it over and over. I confirm the wallet. I confirm each. The key that I found with Bitcoin addresses is to use, look at the first 4 or 5 digits and then the last 4 or 5. But no, I'm really sorry. That sucks. I've never had that happen to me. It's just because I'm so, can MC, A, and B be purchased? Yes. Kev Alev. Yeah, Bitcoin market Cipher can be purchased it's through the CryptoFace site. But we are the only cryptocurrency community currently that gets a discount. You'll see it in the description below. But we are the only cryptocurrency community that gets a 5% discount on market Cipher. But it's a really solid indicator. You know, we have a lot of market Cipher people in the chat. More Bitcoin loss, more scarcity. But no, I'm really, you know, I'm sorry about that, man. That is so rough. You know, hopefully you didn't send too much money, though. But yeah, we actually have it in the description below on YouTube, like how to get the 5% discount. So like when you actually go to purchase market Cipher, there's actually a comment section like at the bottom of the page, like when you purchase, and if you use the King of Bybit referral, you get a discount. And I think that was just so cool because not only about that you guys get a discount, but to be recognized by someone so awesome in the crypto industry. You know, I really, really respect CryptoFace. He's a good guy, you know, and you want good people in your corner, especially in crypto, because, you know, there's a lot of anonymity, you know, and a lot of people just could be in it for the money. They don't actually care, you know, how you do and to want you to succeed. I'm hoping this does trail version of For Lesser. Do you check more daily versus the weekly? I generally look at the daily. Yeah, no, I usually go between the daily and the 4 hour. When I'm looking at the trend as a whole, I look at the daily and the 4 hour. I mean, yeah, sometimes I'll go and we'll peek at the weekly. Oh, here it is. This is my fib video I did, where it actually like details each one, like the 236, the 382. I must have used the BitMEX chart. Oh, I guess I keep turning it down on my end. Yeah. Woohoo! See, I love Bitcoin. My payment, so that payment we just did, it already confirmed. So my order's already getting shipped. I love cryptocurrency. I'm trying to find a way of how to do this. My entries are mostly weak. I'm waiting for confirmation too much, I think. Let's see what the regular. You look good on your regular MACD, like on the Bybit chart. See how we look on the... Yeah, you can even see it clearly here. Even on your standard MACD, you can definitely see it. There is falling bullish momentum right here. Just because I use market Cipher, I traded for almost 45 years. Now, honestly, I traded for 5 years without it. So I do know how to read these normal indicators. And that's why I will find some time. But I am going to start an educational series on each of these indicators, the free ones. Your 1 hour doesn't look too bad, though. Yeah, no problem. But guys, you know, I never started this to like shill indicators, but you know, the directions are below if you are interested in it. Yeah, you get A and B. But just know if you want the discount to pay less, you have to use the King of Bybit referral, or he'll message you back saying, you know, he wants the full 0.1. Because I've actually had some people do that. But yeah, we are the only cryptocurrency community that gets it at a discount. All right, we're testing 3-2 now. Yellow X on the 1 minute. Oh yeah, you popped it. I'd like to see this at least pop up on the 5 or 15. You'll learn I don't really like trading on the 1 minute at all. I honestly don't even like the 5 minute. But you can see here, you're popping a lot. Look at this 15 minute, chat. You're just throwing tons of like warning signals right here. Let's be honest, I've been spending so much time streaming with you guys. It's been really hard to start the videos. I would really like to start them either today or tomorrow, but the issue is Bitcoin will start moving and then I go live for 4 hours and then it's 11 o'clock at night. It's just been really hard for me to get the time to actually get the video in. But no, I really want to start them like really soon. They will not only be on YouTube, but they're going to be in the... So if you join our Discord community, which I highly recommend, guys, you know, if this is your first time to the channel, you know, and you want a community that's about supporting you as your growth as a trader, not just supporting you, but helping, you know, educate, whether you have Market Cipher, whether you have AggroCap, or the free indicators, because I used those for 5 years. We're going to teach you how to use those. Be like Kite, stay up for 3 days. Oh, God. You know, though, you know there's a reason he stays up for 3 days. I see that man trading on the 1, 3, 6, and 9 minute. It's like, oh my God, I would lose my hair. There's no way. I would never sleep. The anxiety of my positions would keep me awake. That is scary. But no, I need sleep, man. But no, trust me, if I just simply sat and traded on the lower time frames, I would never sleep. It'd be physically impossible. That's why I just, you know, I look at the lower time frames. If my higher time frames are matching up with what the lower ones are saying, then I'll stick to the lower time frames. You know, and this is honestly a pretty decent example. If you look at Market Cipher, you're showing falling bullish momentum. If you go to your 4 hour, you're seeing falling bullish momentum. It's very clear. You can see this downsloping pressure right here. Now let's go to our 1 hour. You can see it again. Lower pressure. Let's go to our 30-minute. Once again, falling pressure. It looks like we tried to form a trigger wave, but this right shoulder just pretty much undid it. So this is what I'm going to be watching for now. It's probably going to keep us stagnant, honestly, for a while. The 30-minute is the only one that's really hinting at maybe some... I don't even want to say it's bullish, but it might be what holds us just from dropping. I mean, theoretically, yeah, we may have a reaction off this, but overall, we're still... Until we really get close, until we get close to this, I don't really know how to feel. But if you look here on the closer time frames, we are red here, guys. So it shows the bears are trying to pull some momentum here currently. This is the 5-minute. So the bears are trying. They're fighting tooth and nail. But still, guys, I know this is a lower high, but you're still... This is probably why we're not doing much right now. The longer time frames are definitely pointing for a dip, though, guys. Just be prepared for that. Are you guys enjoying the music? Is it all right? I just try to play really easy, neutral, chill music. It's just nice, calm music. It's not like we're not playing super, techno, like dropping Molly or whatever and going to the club, whatever you call that, the raves or whatever. It's just a nice, chill atmosphere. Now, granted, when we start trading or swing trading like a madman, maybe we'll get our rave music back on, but be prepared. I really want to do some live trading tonight, guys. So, fingers crossed we will get some volume here. Brave music is the best. It is, Bob. When you're day trading or scalp trading, whatever you call it, and you're sitting here like a madman, oh, it's good. Just for now, we're just all hanging out. We're looking at charts. We're speculating on price movement. I have about, maybe about 45 minutes left I can stream. I got to go turn in some paperwork. And then I'll literally come back home and I'll just hop back on live again for you guys. I want to make sure we catch some price movement tonight. I really want to get some trades in. Red X on the 1 hour is normally very accurate. Yeah. When you can get a red X on the 1 hour, they are fairly accurate. But see, this is why I like to talk to you guys about waiting for confirmation. Because look at this trap that happened here. Do you see how you had a much lower high? Oh, you see how you had a much lower high right here? And then you popped your red X. That's why I like to have support zones, because sometimes just having an indicator alone isn't safe, for the sole being of, look, you can see we had this support line. Let's get our horizontal ray or line, whatever you want to call it. So you had your support line here. You threw your short X. You showed lower levels of bullish momentum. And then look at this. You barely even fell. This is why we not only look at indicators, but I'm going to help you learn technical analysis by finding support resistances, your Fibonacci retracement, your smooth moving averages. We're going to look at everything, because you technically, even though you threw a short signal and market Cipher was begging, you're like, hey, we're about to dip. You basically just had a small little dip to support, and then you had a massive move to the upside. I say a massive, you went up roughly about $400. So, that's why, whether you use the third-party indicators, You use the regular indicators. We're going to teach you the whole method of, at least how I trade. I'm an old-fashioned trader. I do love these indicators, but at the same rate, I'm old school. I'm going to do support resistances. I'm going to use my fibs. And then we use so basically you rely on your own technical analysis, and then you use these tools to confirm what you're already thinking. But I don't personally use them to just, we have a short X, let's go all in short. No, I want to see confirmation in what I'm already thinking. So if the charts are pointing bearish, and then I go to Market Cipher and we're looking bearish, then I'm going to jump in a short position. I hope that makes sense. Hive. Oh man, can you look up XLM on Kraken? They have a nice historic. Do you have a minimum amount? Do you have a minimum amount for Bitcoin someone might need to make $500 a week trading? I mean, if you're wanting to make $500 a week, I mean, I would think you would need at least about $5,000 to trade, because here's the thing: the less money you have, you're going to be taking an inherent increased amount of risk. So the less money you have, the harder it is going to be to make $500. If that's for instance, so someone that has 10 grand will take less risk to make that 500 than someone that has 5,000 or 3,000. The more risk you have, the more dangerous it's going to be, and the more risk you're going to have to take to make that same dollar amount. Does that make sense, Marcel? And hey, we're going to look at XLM. I got you, Hive. So just like with any asset, we're going to figure out the trading environment that we're in. So let's get rid of Market Cipher. See how we look on the daily. Ooh, all right. Let's get our horizontal line. So yes, so trading $1,000 now is kind of useless. No, Marcel. Shoot, my streamer's account we have, it's only like maybe just over $700 now. This is just my streamer's account though. It's just something, so we have something to play around with. $1,000 is not useful or unuseful to trade with. The thing is if you're trying to make 50% gains a week, there's a great chance, you could end up actually losing money, because you're going to be taking so much more risk to make that same 500. You know what I mean? If you have $1,000 and you're trying to make $500 a week, you need 50% gains. You're going to have to be over leveraging. You're going to literally be trading like a madman. So I would lower that amount. I generally like to I like to make about 10% or less or more a week. Granted, I usually make way more than 10%, but you know what I mean? It's just a nice goal. But see, I've been using leverage for a while, and I use 10x leverage, but I only actually leverage 5 to 10% of my bankroll at a time. So I can dollar cost average into a position. I can, ladder in, whatever you want to call it. But just lower that amount. That same $1,000, that you had, set a goal for $50 a week. Set a goal for 100. Set it as 100. That's very doable. Because I can promise you, if you're trying to make 50% gains a week, I'm not sure how much trading experience you have, but chances are you're probably going to end up losing money, because you When you're over leveraged, guys, you can still be right 2 out of 3 times and you're still going to lose money. Well, Marcel, I hopefully we can teach you some stuff. We're going to get some live trading in tonight, fingers crossed. Hopefully this doesn't dump while I'm at court for 45 minutes. So I'm not coming back to a just complete stagnant market. But so, hi, I'm looking at your XLM right now. Making sure that was you, right? All right, that was you. So we got Hybe in the chat. We are showing. This actually need to bump this line up a bit. See how it matches. I just want to make sure we're all right. I like the touch points we have. So right now we are showing some support here. Let's get this zoomed in. We're on the daily. Let's go look at the 4-hour. Much better. We are showing some support here at about 600 Satoshis. 600. It kind of, you can tell it looks like we're having a rebound. But if you look here, let's get our trend line out here. This is kind of looking the same as this. So what we're going to do is let's look at market Cipher. You have some definite support at around 600 Satoshis. So let's look at our 4-hour and our daily. Let's look at the environment that we're trading in. So you're building bullish momentum here on the 4-hour. Man, my mouse was doing good. So you're building bullish momentum here on the 4-hour. You're looking good. You're looking really good. I just want to check this real quick. You also did show it here, and that's just what's so scary about these altcoins. You know what I mean? They just don't follow Bitcoin anymore. It's just they're rogue. They really have turned rogue. So looking at market Cipher, let's look at the 2-hour. Just trying to see if there's anything I missed. Hey, how you doing, Christopher? Yeah, we're going to be streaming for about another 30-40 minutes or so. But I have to go turn in some paperwork. But I'm literally going to come right back and start streaming again. So you still got another 30-40 minutes with me left. And I'm always on Discord, so. Alright, so this explains a little bit of our reaction. You showed higher levels of bearish momentum. And I bet, wow, that's ever so slightly. This is ever so slightly lower than this. And you had a reaction to the downside off of that. Let's look at our 1-hour. So definitely here on the shorter time frames, you are, the 2-hour and the 1-hour, you are showing more bearish momentum building. Hey, Marcel, don't take your losses as a bad thing. I'm serious. The only reason I'm here doing what I am now is because the lessons that that's why I started this channel. If I can help educate people and avoid some of the obstacles that I had to learn as a trader, and honestly, a lot of those guys were losing money. Take losing money as a learning experience. Don't get discouraged. Look at the steps that you did before submitting your trade. What did the charts look like? How was your mental state? This is 20% technical and 80% psychological. Please don't get discouraged from your losses. Take them as the greatest learning experience. They are great learning experiences. But don't get discouraged. Alright, and it actually looks like here on your short-term charts, you are trying to build some support here. Looks like you're trying to build some support at 670. This needs to move out of my way. It's getting annoying. So it looks like, though, the selling could possibly be subsiding here soon. If you looked at our trade setup from last night, or not trade setup, but my little swing trade I did last night on Bitcoin, you are showing This thing is getting on my nerves. We are showing what looks to be a much, you can see it looks like we're about to round this wave off, and your money flow is in the red. So when you do pop, you could have actually a very nice pop to the upside. So this might be a good area to start averaging in for a swing position to the upside. Oh, I need to go to the 4 hour for this. I don't know why that green line. There he went. There we go. Yeah, I'll look at ETH next. Sorry, it takes a little bit more doing on these altcoins. So short term, you're trying to hold some support at 670. The next area, if you break that, I'm going to be looking at about 650 Satoshis. That 650, 660 range I could definitely see for a swing, or for a support zone. And if it gets really bad, the next area I'd be eyeing is 640. You can see how I'm coming up with these. I'm going to mark these up for you guys just so you can actually see it. You can see all the touch points these have. And that guy was going hard on the saxophone. So you have short-term support at 670. You have areas of support at 660. And, you have a little bit here at 650. But more so, your more major areas of support are at 660 and 640 Satoshis. You have an area of resistance here at about 700 Satoshis. With your next area being about 715. But man, you can break above 715 Satoshis. I think we're going to go over and test this area here on XLM. It's in the middle of that circle. It's about 740, 750 Satoshis. So you break above 700, I definitely think we're going to go back and test 750 for sure. For sure. $1,200 is the first take profit. Ooh. Let's see what's up at $1,250. All right, I can see where you're getting your 1250 from. You're looking at this touch point right in here. So yeah, on XLM, your only really major areas of resistance are going to be about 1,000. I mean, I guess you'll have a little bit here at maybe 11,000. Oh, I'm sorry, 1,150. But man, XLM breaks above, 950, 1,000 Satoshis. It's going to be on. But more short term, oh no, I'm sorry. You break above 700 Satoshis and you're going to have a pretty nice pump. You could have roughly about a 10% jump. So just to reiterate, you have short term support at 670. Your more major areas of support are at 660 and 640. With your first resistance area being about 700. But you break above 700, I believe you're definitely going to test this area right here. You can see all the touch points on it. We have these touch points here, and you also have these cluster of touch points right here at 750. I'm going to turn this song. That song is terrible. Alright, so we got Ethereum. I want to get off Kraken. I'm not a huge Kraken fan. Get rid of these. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and delete all that. So right now on Ethereum, it looks like you're hovering right at your 618, just below it. It looks like your 618's actually turned to resistance here. I want to make sure this fib level's right. It's actually not. I haven't looked at this chart in a minute. So your 618, you're basically hovering right at it. It's about $189. Let's get this to the full screen. So your next area of support that I would be looking at, let's get our horizontal tool on here. I don't know why this thing clicks out of it every single time I do that. It's kind of irritating. Alright, so you're basically hovering right at support right now, guys. Let's get this zoomed in a bit. You're sitting right above your short-term supports here at about $188 and then $180. You have more major support at $180. The next area I'm going to be looking at is if you break below 180. I'm definitely going to be looking at that 170, 165. Not only do you have support there, but you have your 618 fib retracement. So if we break below 180, I'm definitely going to be looking at the 160 to 170 range for a bounce. If you're looking at, so to reiterate, you have this support area between 187. That's your more short-term support with your more major resistance at $180. If you break below 180, the next area I'm going to be looking at is 170. So you have support there, and your 618, which is at 165. So if we really keep dipping, I'm going to be looking at the 165 to 170 range. If we're going to look for resistances, well, actually, I don't even have to draw it. Look at your 0.5 fib, guys. Do you see we have you have a touch point here, a touch point there, a touch point here. It was a top right here. So your 0.5 fib, which is your it's $199. So let's just say 200 to be easy. This is going to be your first major area of resistance. So your first area of resistance is going to be about $190, and then your $200, your $199, $200 range right here. And you can see this just by all the touch points we have. It's definitely being respected, our 0.5 fib. But if you can break above $200, the next area I'm going to be eyeing is about 215 bucks. So 200 bucks. I'm sorry, 215 if we break above $200, chat. And this is Ethereum. And you can see it. You have short-term support at about 187. You have more major support at 180. With your next area being at your 618, which is about $165, and you do have a couple clusters of touch points at 170. So that's the area that I would be looking for if we actually have a more decent dip, if 180 falls. With your resistance being at 190, and then your 0.5 fib here at about $200. But you break 200, I think you're definitely going to go up and test $215. I'm gonna double check on my phone. I want to see what time. All right. I hope that made sense, guys, on XLM and Ethereum. Let me know if it didn't. Awesome. Thank you, Vishal. Bitcoin's just holding steady. Hey, A11 Star Stud.
She's moved on. Meanwhile, you're out there just walking the streets at night, alone, in a river of darkness.
Well, on Bitcoin here, we are showing lower levels of bullish momentum here. So short term, I'm leaning a little bit bearish. Pretty clear on all of our time frames on the higher ones. I wouldn't be shocked if we go down and at least test 10,200. More so even maybe a 10K test. One second. I gotta turn this song. I can't stand the singing. So this is kind of like what we're watching now. Yeah, I mean, on the 9.2K, I don't really know what cycle. I mean, where, technical wise, like what would be down there to bounce. I mean, I guess you have these touch points here. This is the bottom of our support, or I guess more long term, this is the bottom of our support area. It's very possible. But I'm a firm believer the more touch points you have on something, the weaker it is. A good example is like XRP 28 and 30 cents. When that thing broke, it broke violently. Or like 6K Bitcoin.
Check now.
I'm not sure it's going to be a good thing for Bitcoin if we go down here and test again. I'm not sure that's going to be so good.
Check now.
Yeah. I mean, this would not be a bad area to start maybe averaging into a short. I'm going to hold off until I get back from court. I'm literally going to be there. I just have to turn in some paperwork. But no, I'm going to be waiting till I get back to start a position. I mean, I guess I could start a small position here, but let's get our trend line out. I don't know why this thing is acting so sporadic. I was just trying to see if we can connect these dots at all. I mean, I guess you could here. You could say that wick was just a freak wick. But no, it's pointing to the downside for sure, guys. I mean, market Cipher is pointing for a dip. It really is.
Techno. Techno.
Your 1 hour's looking bearish. Your 4 hours looking bearish. Your 3 hours looking bearish. Your 2 hours looking bearish.
Techno. Techno.
I guess it'd be more so like from here.
Techno.
But no, I'm definitely leaning a short-term bearish. Probably wouldn't be a bad area to start scalping.
Techno.
I'm not going to open a scalp position when I got to leave in like 30, you know, here. And honestly, I need to get there a little bit early. But I don't like opening scalp positions and then just walking away from the computer. Because this is kind of what I'm watching for now. I'm trying to see, even if we have a dip, if we're just going to bounce right back up from it. There's our money flow. We're starting to poke our head in the red right now. You can see. And I'm going to try to go by the hardware store today. Hey, I appreciate it. Do you like, hey, Marcel, do you actually like breed the German Shepherds? I'd actually like to get another one someday, or here soon. I just love dogs. I'm like the man version of like a cat lady, but it's dogs. I could be perfectly fine just having 5, 6 dogs. I mean, I have a huge house, so. Talking about my dog, she's looking at me with my breakfast. She's like, hey, you gonna throw me something? Reese. But no, you know, thank you for the support. Yeah, the court's gonna be fine today. It's literally, I mean, it's pretty easy. It's a known fact that our neighbor filed a complete false police report because she's trying to profile my German Shepherd. It's gonna be so easy to prove. They all know what's going on, so it's gonna be smooth. Oh yeah, I get that. Yep, I love dogs. See, I wish I could have had a puppy from my dog Reese. She's the most loyal dog you could ever imagine, but unfortunately, she was a crazy puppy. This dog, I'm not even joking. She would escape out of our fence when she was like 2, 3 years old. And she would go sit at the front door of the pound because she knew that they would go and feed her treats. She would literally escape knowing because she was at the pound every other day because she would just escape out of the fence. And she's a nice dog. It's not like she was doing anything bad. She just likes getting attention. She's always loved attention. Oh yeah, I got you, Marcel. Wow, 1, 2, 3 rabbit. That's awesome. A German Shepherd with an Alaskan Malamute. Wow. How you doing, haha? That's an awesome username. Well, haha, you'll have to catch us here. I gotta go turn in some paperwork here in a little bit, but I'm gonna go turn that stuff in, and I'm gonna literally immediately come back, and it's looking like we're gonna probably get some live trading in tonight. So, you know, if you're not in our Discord already, I always let you know what's going on. If I don't give you a different time, we're always gonna start at 9 p.m. Eastern time, but you can bet, generally I seem to go live earlier than not, so but we're probably gonna go live around, I'd like to come back and go live right when I get home, so dang. Hey, well, thanks for being here, so late. No, I'm not in a position yet. I don't like starting scout positions when I gotta leave. I'm literally gonna be gone for about an hour. But no, we're, my dog Reese, 1 second. Here you go. Is that good? Market Cipher's definitely pointing at, we could have possibly a little dip coming. But I don't want to have a dip occur when I'm gone, and then we just basically do something like this where we pop to the downside, and then we just form a lower bearish momentum, and then we have a pump that comes right off of this. It's so famous for happening. So worst case, I'll have my phone on, so if I need to make like an emergency trade or something, I can do it. But no, this is more of a scout position for me, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to open a scout position and then just walk away from the computer for an hour or two. It's generally a bad method to trade. Because honestly, I don't want to... I know we're looking a little bearish right now, but we just had a pretty nice pump last night. And we are sitting above support. We do have pretty decent support here at 10,200. So... Man, so the Chiefs just signed Matt Moore, the old Miami Dolphins quarterback. Alright guys, so I'm going to do a quick sum up of Bitcoin right here. Bullish divergence on the 1 hour. Yeah, it's very possible. You can kind of see we're starting to peek our head out right here. If we make a little low right here, similar to this, you can just take your trend line tool and you would have a bullish convergence right here, or divergence. So that's why I don't want to open up a scalp position. Even if we just dipped to 10,250, I could come back and we're already going to be in the 300s or 400s. So, I don't really like opening scalp positions and then just walking away. So, but I got to get ready for this, guys. I got to make sure I have all my paperwork ready. I'm literally just going to go there, turn this stuff in, and then I'm going to come back home and we'll go live. I think we're going to get some action tonight. I really do. So I want to get some live trading in. So, to do a quick little summary here on Bitcoin. you're going to have your major support between 9,800 and 10,000. If you're trying to scalp, I would definitely be looking to cover somewhere between 10 and 10,200. Because, you know, I definitely would not be shorting once we're in this green box. You can see every time we've tried to go under it, they've gotten burned. If you try shorting in this box, you've gotten burned every single time. So no trade zone short-wise between 9,800 and 10,000. If you do end up taking a short here, I would definitely be looking to cover from 10,000 to 10,000. Your resistance areas, you're showing a little bit of resistance here just above 10,400. But your more major areas of resistance is going to be from about 10,006 to about 10,008. This is going to be an area of some pretty thick resistance. So, you know, for me, if I was going to try to flip long, I mean, I really, if we were going to try to do a scalp position, I would want to see at least about an hour, maybe 2 hour candle close above 10.4, and then you could possibly open a scalp long into the fives, maybe when we get to the top of this box or the bottom, you know, just below 10,600. But if you're trying to short, you know, if you're going to try to long this, I would be looking to cover. I mean, first off, I would wait till we break. Man, I'd really like us to see us break 10,450, 10,400. It's just hard for me to try to be long right now. Well, I go live every night at 9 p.m. Eastern time, but like I said, I have to go to this court thing and turn some paperwork in. So I will keep you guys updated. I'm going to go live, but I don't want to promise the time right now because I don't know what to expect. So once I get there and I figure out Cipher's going, I will send you guys a message on Discord. So if you're not already there, go down to our, it should be in the comments section, but join our Discord. But I will let you know. Chances are I'm going to go live between 6 and 7 o'clock. I'd like to go live by maybe 5, but like I said, I don't know what to expect. So if you're going to try to short here, guys, I would definitely look to cover around 10,002 to that 10,000 mark. Once we go below 10,200, you know, I don't know. I definitely would not be shorting between 9,800 and 10,000. You're just asking for trouble. If you're going to try to scalp long this, I would be waiting for 10,400 to break, and I would be trying to scalp this into the fives, maybe 10.6 at the top. So we'll do a quick little. Let's look at, just before we leave, we'll look at Market Cipher B, and we'll look at the AggroCap V1. We'll go through all of them real quick. So on the 5 minute, you're showing, this is what, you know, it makes a lot of sense here. We're showing a little, we're showing some resistance here at about 10,350 on the 5 minute. We go to the 3 hour, and this is what I was talking about if you're going to scalp. Your red resistance line is literally right at the bottom of our resistance box. So this is going to be roughly at about 10,550, you know, 10,580. So if you're going to try to scalp long this, I definitely start thinking about selling in the fives. You know, maybe 10,005, 10,006. If you're going to short, I would definitely look to cover between 10,002 and 10,000. So we've looked at V1, we've looked at the 5, we've looked at the 3 hour. Let's go to our scalper tool, which is used on the 1 minute. And this is kind of what it's showing here, guys. So if you're going to try to scalp this, it may be a lower risk. Maybe you don't have to wait for 10.4. There seems to be an equilibrium of this 10,350 mark. So you can break above and close above 10,350. Seriously, I'd start thinking about closing in the fives.
The attack is psychological.
That's where all of our resistances start. So, but I think that's going to do it. I got to make sure I have my paperwork ready, and you know, I don't want to be super rushed there. Once I get an idea of how long I'm going to be there, I'll let you guys know on Discord my exact start time. We will be going live earlier than usual. So, you know, my goal is maybe by 5 o'clock, so in the next 3 hours. But once again, you know, like I said, I will keep you guys updated. You know, thank you for each and every one of you being here. You know, none of this would be possible without you. You know, I hope you found some education in this, and I know we didn't really trade, but, you know, hopefully there was some entertainment in it. So, you know, once again, thank you all for being here. Be safe trading, and I will see you here in the next couple hours, and worst case, I'll still be in the Discord. And just guys, just so you know, I know some people don't like rap music, but I'm a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan. So we literally always end on this song. At least until Chiefs season ends. Have a good night, everybody. Or a good afternoon.
Tech, Nina. Kansas City. You ready? You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the place where we run it. Place really haunted by number 58 is DT the Great. And we flaunt it, hate and we shun it. No competition, the opposition fake. I don't think they really want it. Loud is the recipe, loud sitting next to me, no doubt. Now we are proud that we get to see KC Chiefs come and break these geeks, make them taste these cleats. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the lovers got some other beasts, bring them. Mop them up and stop them, got the heat, sting them. You hot when we stop ya, dropped when he rock, got blocked in me casa. Ball in my city live, but I find a raw one to get beside. My lucky numbers are 15, 10, 87, 29, 7, 50, 95, 55. Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red
See you in Discord, everyone.